They beat my daughter into a coma, left her on the pavement like she didn't matter, and still I didn't scream. I planned. It happened behind Langston High, 3 blocks from our home. A narrow alley with bad lighting and worse history. My 16-year-old Alana was walking to the bus stop after tutoring a younger kid backpack slung low hair, still wet from morning shower sneakers, too white for a place like that. 2 cops stopped her, said she fit a description. She tried to explain, showed her school ID, but one of them pushed her, the other swung first. A baton, I later learned, caught her jaw, her ribs, then her skull. There was blood in her curls, blood on her shoes. She didn't even get a chance to scream. Someone filmed it. A teacher rushed out, yelled, called 911. But by the time I got the call from Mercy General, she was already under non-responsive closed head trauma, medically induced coma. I didn't cry. I didn't ask for permission either. I'm Dr. Rachel Monroe. I used to fly drones for DARPA. I've been in silent airspace above war zones watching life end through a black and white screen. I left that world for motherhood law school and a quiet office over a dusty bookstore in Bellwood. But the second I saw my baby with tubes in her arms and dried blood flaking from her temple, Ghost came back. That was my old call sign. Ghost. Not many people knew what I used to do, not even Alana. The next morning, I walked into the 16th precinct, no appointment, no lipstick, no nerves. Just a blue blazer, flat shoes, and 48 hours of zero sleep. A young desk sergeant tried to stop me. I said, "Tell your captain Rachel Monroe is here. He knows the name." And he did. Nate Grayson. We'd crossed paths once when I did some joint threat modeling back in D.C. He aged like power does, too stiff, too smug. I assume this is about the incident, he said. No, I replied, this is about my daughter and what you let happen. He offered bureaucratic deflection. The footage is under review. Let the system work. I am the system, I said, leaning in, and I'm what happens when it fails. I gave him 48 hours to hand over every name badge number and body cam from that day. Then I drove straight to the industrial district to a building with no sign and a retinal scanner. Inside sat a man who owed me his pension, Marcus Lynn, ex-cyber intelligence, now very off-grid. He opened the file I brought and whistled. Officer Kane and McNulty. These guys are ghosts too, but the bad kind. Complaints, sealed reports, dismissed lawsuits. Someone's been cleaning their messes. Find me who's been helping them, I said. And he did. A network of cover-ups, medical report tampering, judges reassigned. One name kept showing up, Deputy Chief Alan Price. Teflon man, tied to every misconduct scandal since 2015, never touched. Back home, I called my old field partner, Evelyn Cross, now a senior civil rights attorney in Chicago. They came after my daughter, Ev, I said. She didn't ask questions. 3 days later, I had access to records even the DOJ didn't know existed. They tried to smear me first, leaked my sealed military file. A failed op in 2012, 1 soldier dead. They said it was my fault, said I cracked under pressure. I didn't. I followed orders that should never have been given. But sure, let's talk about that while my daughter lies unconscious because 2 men thought black meant threat. I held a press conference, no PR team, no teleprompter, just truth. They want to talk about my past, fine. I made mistakes, I buried them, but they made policies and buried kids. The video went viral, and with it came the letters. Hundreds, then thousands. A mother in Georgia whose autistic son was dragged down a school hallway. A grandfather in Texas whose daughter miscarried after being slammed during a traffic stop. People started whispering one word, reckoning. Then, Alana opened her eyes. It was small, a twitch, then a whisper. Mom, I broke in that moment, but only for a second, because now I had something stronger than grief-proof. A nurse, Janine Brooks, came forward. Quiet voice, scared eyes. She said one of the officers joked when they brought her in. Said, she's lucky we didn't finish the job. I asked if she'd testify. I can't, she said. They'll destroy me. I handed her a card. Whistleblower Protection Hotline. Use my name. You'll be safe. That night I met with Pastor Vernon Tate. He'd once sued the city for unlawful surveillance. I'd helped him back then pro bono. He handed me a drive, every complaint they tried to bury. Then came the nail in their coffin. A scratchy audio file anonymously dropped in my mailbox, labeled simply, "Play then act." It was Kane's voice. If she resists, write it up. If she passes out, say seizure. If she dies, well, tragic accident. Not our fault. My hand shook. By morning, I'd handed it to the feds. By afternoon, the 16th precinct was swarming with FBI agents. But they fought back dirty. They released a photo of Alana from her old Instagram, hoodie middle finger, up trying to paint her as a threat. I countered with a video of her leading a literacy drive at the library. She was 15, smiling, holding a sign that read, "Read to Rise." Their narrative collapsed. In court, I faced them, Kane McNulty, and the man who trained them, Deputy Chief Price. We played the footage, we played the audio, and then we called a surprise witness. Officer Lily Tran, a rookie who was there that day but never reported it. I was told to stay quiet, she said, told it was protocol. And just like that, the wall cracked. It didn't fall in a roar. It crumbled in whispers, testimonies, affidavits, resignations. The president fired the police chief that night. No press conference, just a 2-line memo from the governor's office. Later that week, the Alana Act was introduced, mandatory body cams, zero transfer policy for officers with misconduct records, full transparency council. Alana's still healing. She walks with a cane, but she smiles now. And every night I read her letters from around the country, from kids, from moms, from people who once stayed silent, but not anymore, because Ghost came back, and she didn't come alone. Now it's your turn. Have you ever seen someone hurt and been told to stay silent? Drop your story below, because one truth can start a war, but many, they end them. They beat my daughter into a coma, left her on the pavement like she didn't matter, and still I didn't scream. I planned. It happened behind Langston High, 3 blocks from our home. A narrow alley with bad lighting and worse history. My 16-year-old Alana was walking to the bus stop after tutoring a younger kid, backpack slung, low hair, still wet from morning shower sneakers, too white for a place like that. 2 cops stopped her, said she fit a description. She tried to explain, showed her school ID, but one of them pushed her, the other swung first. A baton, I later learned, caught her jaw, her ribs, then her skull. There was blood in her curls, blood on her shoes. She didn't even get a chance to scream. Someone filmed it. A teacher rushed out, yelled, called 911. But by the time I got the call from Mercy General, she was already under non-responsive closed